Hey, what's good? So, in today's video, I'm going to be addressing some of the allegations I've faced in the past days. Some dumbass retards, just kind of just pissing me off, with their replies on YouTube constantly. So, let's start with this. What's his name? AJ Senaton. I'm just going to be reciting his post on me. He's quoting, "Who even are you, Timmy?" Oh, okay, so you are pretending like I have said that, right? I did not say that, but yeah, sure. He's saying that, "Let's ignore the debate because even that's not what his focus was. Bro, act like I should know him. Is this what God complex looks like? No, just because you're retarded, I'm correcting you on terms you clearly have zero idea about. That doesn't mean I'm actually, some sort of egoist. Even though I call myself an egoist. Just to make you butthurt, by the way. I'm just gonna continue reciting. If he wants to act tough English speaker, at least use full periods, full stop before getting corrected in his own correction." That doesn't really make any sense, You just cannot use, past simple coherently, so that just kind of hurt my eyes, He's quoting again. "People calls me Shiroism." Bruh, this guy doesn't even know how to copy paste a fucking sentence. Isn't that crazy? That's all. I am not going to take him seriously, even if Power Skinny community took him. How boring, just because Brew have some little more fiction reputation by scalers, he act like it's any big meta achievement. No, I'm not acting like that. I'm not acting up, bro. All I'm doing is just correcting your ass because your takes are horrible, and I've given explanations for that, so you can kind of just disregard, what's the truth, but I don't think that would, stronger your resolve, but whatever you think. Random ass nigga. If any followers of him coming here, I don't know what type of life you guys have chosen. That's not tough, son. That's 1, 2. I'm gonna go to the comment section and just read the insane hate I have received from the Hoyo Scaler community. Starting with Tido Senpai. Tido Senpai, by the way, is a guy whom I have called out for his lies about me. He's constantly going through comment sections, lying about me, talking about me like some obsessed ass nigga. Because he is. He can't stop thinking about me because I'm probably some sort of, yeah, that kind of people. Because he actually believes that I'm not one, but like 4 separate people. He's referring to my odds, by the way, but that doesn't really make any sense. Like, I've declared that my alt accounts are me. Like, it's been stated in the bio for like months at this point, so that's just gaslighting, but yeah, sure. So I'm just gonna be reciting a comment of this Tido Senpai bum-ass retard. He said, "The most impressive part of this is how I don't even need to try proving to you that bro's really this desperate." I mean, what did I say? I've been kind of just disproving what he had said, he had made a post scaling a certain character whom I have been maining for over 2 years at this point, and he's kind of new to it. And additionally, taking into regards that the time when I have made that character the most, that character got upgraded to high 1A in VSW because people use my scaling method and semantics, which I've been created. And well, yeah, I've kinda abandoned that character, but that doesn't mean anything really, because I still know how to scale, like basically like anybody. So, especially that I've made this character, I should have more knowledge, right? So, I was speaking in regards of the light novel, web novel type shit, and he's trying to call this, this debunk a desperate attempt to get this AJ Senatant's attention. Like, what? That doesn't really make any sense. But yeah, sure. Oh my god, bro, these guys are so retarded. AJ Senatan replied to this Tido Senpai guy by saying, "Not gonna lie, I never saw someone that much desperate for recognize who are they in bro." This guy can't fucking spell shit. He doesn't use commas, he doesn't use anything, so it's like really hard to basically recite any of his words, but yeah, sure. That much desperate for recognize who are they in pose of fiction just because they contributed something in fiction novel popularity and then call indifferent. Like, I'm just correcting. Seriously, how edgy. I mean, I was correcting you, in fact, in everything. So it doesn't really matter how hard you try to how do I say, expose me, because you didn't really expose anything. You were just sitting in your post, like you didn't even debunk anything, because you cannot debunk me, obviously. And Tido Senpai replied, "Me too, I never saw someone with the same level of desperation for so many things." I mean, what do you mean so many things? I've been studying in my school, currently for 2 years in Szeged, in Hungary. It's a hunting school, basically. And I don't give a jack shit for these losers who didn't even make to Discord, but just sitting on YouTube. Like, what? What do you mean edgy? What do you mean desperation? All these words doesn't make sense. How do you want to call me edgy when you are making posts behind me, not pinging me, just talking how angry you are because you've got debunked? Even end your rhetorics. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And as for Tido Senpai, desperation, how? How is that being desperate? Like, it's you, Tido Senpai, it's you who's constantly talking about me, right? So how am I exactly the one desperate for recognition when you are in fact the guy who's going all around this fucking community and spreading shit behind my back? How can somebody lack spine to the extent of being such hypocrite to actually just call me a desperate guy who's not constantly online? I'm studying, I'm doing my shit, That's why I've had to halt a debate yesterday, by the way. And that's why I'm on Discord doing debates in the first place, because I do not have time, enough at least, to do all this bullshitting low tier ass blabbing on YouTube, which you are trying to follow, obviously. So it makes zero sense to call me desperate. You should be ashamed of yourself, by the way. And AJ Senpai replied to this Tido Senpai guy again, "No worry about it, friend." Tido Senpai replied, "By the way, his act like a big deal would be somewhat fair if he got hundreds of subs, but his actual sub count is what?" What do you mean? I'm not gonna ask anybody on Cord to subscribe on my channel on YouTube, because I'm doing my debates on Discord, as I've said, as it's in me, it's been said so many times. It's everywhere. I'm keep mentioning these things in my fucking posts, in my description, bio, and you're just trying to just not take anybody, like not listen to anybody, because it's not just me, but at this point I could list people who've called you, not just you in particular, but gooners like you, Tido Senpai, to come and debate on Discord, because it doesn't make any sense to just continue this shit on YouTube. Like, why would you do this? You are wasting your own time, like I said. So why would it matter if I had hundreds of subs? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I don't see the point. Like, what is the point? I have subs over 100. In fact, I don't even really post videos. I don't even make posts that much anymore, so it's really not about subscribing to somebody. But I mean, sure, for that problem we have the format of videos, so that's why I'm making this video, actually. AJ Sanatan replied, "Subs don't define person." Finally, that's a W. That's a rare W, but that is a W, because he might actually not lack a brain, just have a little capacity, which is fine, but just stop talking bullshit, man. And he said, yes, they stop person to go out of control in their own behavior sometimes, but the thing what defines person is their personality, he said. That's fine, actually. Tido Senpai replied, "You too, Sao is an aspect fame, by the way. Personality wise, well, we both know how he is." So you dare talking about me, my personality, when it's you going around on YouTube. And by the way, it's not me who've recognized this, pattern of going just systematically around in comment sections and just trying to share on me. It's not me. It's a guy I've debated before. His name is Remax, and he was the one who sent me the screenshot on Cord. So yeah, I have to say, Tido Senpai, you are a person desperate for attention. You got scared by me because I've asked you out for a debate. You have dug this by running into comment sections, coping, seething about me. like somebody with Down syndrome, you know, like, this Shiro is so bad. Shiro is so fucking bad. He's trying to kill me. He's trying to debate me on court. What a lifeless nigga. Oh my god, this is so bad. Oh. Like, bro, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. You could see AJ Snatan didn't even care. Even though he tried to expose me, Sentinel Jue, that is my main account's name, by the way. So yeah, that's one. Another guy here by the name of Anime Zenith is saying that, would you want me to handle with this guy for what? What does that mean? What do you mean by want me to handle with this guy? That doesn't make any sense. Want to handle with? No, that's just incoherent. You know, that's just linguistically incoherent. See, all my haters are some random ass kids, not even knowing how to spell, let alone talking on court in VC. That's why they are not debating me. So yeah, anyways, and you are not doing absolutely anything to me. You can go and fuck yourself respectfully. Okay, Lester Edits was replying to, bro, again, don't take these people seriously. Everyone will have a bias towards our favorite character. Convincing becomes futile. They're not they are. They're. You know. They're, not they're. I don't fucking know how to teach these people, you know. Like, it's actually fucking some 8th graders, bro. And AJ Sanatan replied, it's not about biased. Once again, it's not about biased. What? Bias, not biased. Bro is supporting my favorite Shallow Werner against me. No, I'm not. Why not? Because I don't fucking main her anymore in debates. What I'm doing is instead, I'm correcting your misinformations you're spreading so fucking loudly in your YouTube posts. Right? That's what I'm doing. And he continued, but his God complex behavior is problematic. That's why. I don't have a God complex. There are a lot, in fact, so much people who have better debater skills than I do. There are a lot of people who are just, you know, who are just more knowledgeable on the topics I debate. Maybe except of fictional topics, because nobody really debates fiction anymore. At this point, bro, just give up. Just give up, bro. And Quill of Eternia, finally somebody with brain. So W Quill of Eternia replies, just a suggestion, if you even ended up arguing him on the topic, you will lose badly. See? Somebody who knows me. That is rare. Right? No, not so rare. And AJ Sanatan replied with his obviously egoist manner. I'm gonna be reciting his message. Losing? I am not even taking him seriously, bro. After he mentioned his reputation, this is last response for him from me. So that doesn't entail that you wouldn't lose to me in a debate. That just entails that you do not take me seriously for what? For my god complex, you said? Which I do not have, by the way. Are you schizo? Sure you are. Anyways, I'm just gonna go on, and there's this guy, GG Lenny. Well, things here get a bit darker. This guy, GG Lenny, actually debated me on Chord, and he ended up losing negative diff. I'm not even joking. There's this guy, Jedi's Funeral, main community, theology, etc. debater. He was the one, the neutral judge, and I just obliterated this GG Lenny guy. This GG Lenny guy is, by the way, a Hoyotard, so don't really expect much from him. His arguments basically sound like, but this character is other level, author, not like outer versal, but like author, like somebody who's, writing comics and shit. Author. What? So I'm just gonna be reciting his message. This guy who harassed me over scaling. I did not harass you. What I did was instead calling you out for a debate. But once again, you have to lie. Why? Because you are frail as shit. And no, I'm not gonna be restraining myself anymore from cussing, because all these people are just so thin, bro. Like, debating community wasn't like this 2 years ago. These people have basically ruined this community by bringing their zero resolve and so much mighty for a character, Gunnar, as behaviors. Just constantly, bragging about characters making shitty ass edits. I mean, that's fine, but it's not that I do not support anybody's opinion. It's just that they can't really defend those opinions. So that's a bigger problem. And when it came to GG Lenny to defend their opinion, this guy GG Lenny have performed so horribly, basically just so horribly, bro. He had zero idea what he was talking about. Zero, if not less. Seems like since I ignored this Sentinel guy, he looks for other people to annoy. My guy GG Lenny. I have to tell you that you are not the center of this universe, There are other people with other opinions. And when I ask you out for a debate, you do not have to cope about it. That's something completely optional. But if you were to cope about it, if you were to actually just go on and see it in community posts, to spread misinformations about me, to spread lies about me constantly and deliberately, what are you expecting? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna be responding. So, what's your problem? And yeah, to go further about this ghost Lenny, he's or their, I don't even fucking know. Their tag, YouTube tag is GG Lenny 08. But their name, their whatever the fuck this, name not tag is Ghost Lenny 08. This guy is basically somebody who couldn't get off me, not even after I've asked him or them or her or tranny ass nigga. So yeah, this is the type of guy, who's it's so cringe. They are making posts about characters' birthdays. Why? Why would somebody make? Okay, I'm not gonna get into it, but you know what I'm saying, And this guy is just going on and not stopping, bro. Like, he left the GC saying, okay, I don't care, composite Goku still solos, because he reps, he claims that he reps Goku, but he doesn't. So, yeah. This Gosling said, who's gonna tell bro, this shit is not that serious. Apparently I'm spreading lies now. The only thing I did say is that the debate was rigged, biased, since you and the judge were obviously friends. Okay, so once again, why are we gonna ignore the fact that just because he's my friend, he can be a neutral judge? He was really, really willing to help you. I'm so bored of this shit, by the way, so just don't expect me to make videos where I sound remotely excited, because this is the shit. This is the kind of shit I have to deal with daily on YouTube. So I just want you all to feel this kind of shit, what one has to bear when you are not a YouTube debater, but you dare saying you want to debate on Discord, because therefore you can send scans, you can VC, you can all that shit they're afraid of, So this guy said the debate was rigged. So I've called him out for being a liar. And what did he do? He had repeated all the same allegations, once again, just in different post, right? So why does that even matter? Like, actually, bro, why do you even give a fuck? If you say it's not that serious, like you started, like you've initiated, like that is the prior sentence, why are you trying to imply that this was rigged? It was my friend, that you've been not lying whatsoever, when it is clear that you've been lying, bro. Like, who the fuck genuinely thinks that you've won? Like, I don't wanna record or debate, because I do not like recording debates, but sometimes I have to do. And if I go back to our GC. It's really fucking sad that I have to do this, but I will be doing this. So I'm just gonna be receipting this guy's, refutations. I'm just gonna be receipting some of these texts. So GG Lenny said, I found many parts of your doc not reliable because in many blah 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 blah. So I've made a position basically about wuthering waves and frequencies within wuthering waves. Now we know frequencies are basically everything within the verse. It just, varies. Frequencies can be anything basically, like concepts, matter, emotions, anything. So that's why I've had to incorporate these arguments within a document I've made. And he said, is this some in-game thing or the real thing? I've said basically the same thing. Everything within wuthering waves is made out of frequencies except of the indeterminate possibilities. But the thing is that it's like a placeholder, like frequencies can be love substances, etc., etc. So he said, okay, thanks for answering. It's fine so far. Anyways, I have another. Isn't this many words interpretation? What did he try calling many words interpretation? It was a screenshotted sentence which says, in chaos there are countless possibilities that are this but also not this, representing possibilities both true and false simultaneously. So what? And does anybody remotely think this guy had won against me? Do you see how clueless these people are on YouTube? Trying to seem stuff, like they've done anything for this community. Like they have tried making actual fucking servers with competent people, trying to amp other people with lesser knowledge, like I do, like I've done in the last 2 to 3 years. And is this the same guy who've called my debate rigged? So anyways, I didn't get mad after he said this. I was like, sure, I'm just gonna be explaining MVI to him. And after I've done doing that, here comes the really shitty part. He said, "Ok, but being not metaphysical and stuff does not grant you boundless scaling. I just don't find your document to be evident of that. It proves that there is higher dimensional scaling, but I've seen nothing about that." It's his refutation, right? Okay, so I've told him it is not what we scale to boundless within the verse. It is just the basic metaphysics, how wuthering waves operates, And I've explained a lot of stuff here, metaphysically extensive stuff, etc. shit. And this guy Lenny went, you didn't yet send me any evidence for boundless cosmology yet. Do I have to explain how many blunders there are in this sentence? Boundless cosmology, he said. And I mean, that should be enough to just, y'all can predispose that this guy did not win against me, neither could against my fucking students or friends or whoever. I'm not trying to be an egoistic fuck. I don't want to sound like that, but this guy genuinely is clueless. And we are going back to where we started this video, to this guy Tido Senpai. This guy Tido Senpai is really good friends with this Ghost Lenny guy. I mean, that's about fine, right? I mean, I've seen people on court calling this the friendship of the frauds. I didn't really, care for that, but as I went on, these kind of people are the ones just trying to make your reputation go absolutely fucking numb and shit. Why is that? Because even if they are making posts about you being desperate, it is actually them. And no, I'm just making this video for the purpose of telling y'all, do not engage with these YouTube tarts. It's basically just wasting your time. Additionally, this Ghostly guy and about that agent Senaton or whatever his name was, if they are making posts, all they do is sitting, coping and lying for like minutes, and after that they are tagging insane fucking amount of people, crazy ass amount of people, for no fucking reason whatsoever. They are trying to involve their friends because they are insecure about debating alone. Not just debating, but doing whatever, just arguing. And whenever there's a guy who actually tells them to get on Discord, to do something with your fucking life and stop wasting others' time on YouTube by trying to intentionally spread misinformations about them, nothing's gonna work. Nothing. It's just a warning for all you guys watching this video. Stop wasting your time on these people. They are not worth debating. So, whenever you bump into this community, you have to find your place. You have to avoid these guys, obviously, but you also have to avoid getting too far in the main community, because I've seen what's going on there and shit's not good, Just to talk about, just to mention a bit what's going on in the main community. Some of y'all might know who Arianus is. This guy, Arianus, is known as a really, really good debater, as a really, really good interlocutor. And he recently got exposed for pedophilia. And it's not just him. There are a lot of guys. Some of them are actually weirdos, some of them are actually innocents. And I'm not gonna make a stance here about this. It's just that they are constantly beefing. These people would not stop, for fuck's sake. And you have to find the harmony in this community. because you have to find the place in between the side community and the main community, because what I've described about GG Lenny and this Tido Senpai and AJ Senatan, that's what the side community, ergo the dumber people, do. The smarter people are, you know, debating the main community. Not all of them are lifeless, not all of them are, just shitty niggas spending their lives with loud miking, creating fake exposes, debating 5 times a day. But you have to find a state where your knowledge is adequate, so you can defend your points whatever happens. You can defend your points. Doesn't matter who are you discussing with. But you don't want to get involved in either of this ghost Lenny type of people's bullshitting around. You don't want to get involved into the Apollo type of fucking bitching around. I'm the best debater, I'm the best debater. I'm so stinky, bro. Cheesy ass niggas, but yeah. It's like the both of them are just greasy, horrid, not just debaters, because even if you think you are a good debater in the main community, I'm telling you, in real life, that's not how debating works. But I mean, some of these guys actually have a good knowledge, not just jargoning around, but most of these YouTube people, all they do is ChatGPT or Grok or whatever the fuck AI they are using, and they would be just wouldn't stop answering. And if you think the main community doesn't use AI or any of this shit, I have to enlighten you, because they do. Yes, 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 yes. I'm talking about Apollo in particular. But, I don't want to pick up a beef with anybody at this point, Just fuck up and, like, do your own thing. If you want to debate, do it like an actual human being. Stop getting odds to spam that X and Y won. Stop pinging, tagging your goons to help your ass out. Stop spreading misinformations about others, whether they are better or not better, in terms of debating, of course. Because it's just a dumb fuck thing. It's a waste of fucking time. And when you're wasting my time, I'm obviously not gonna be answering in a good mood. So I don't fucking know what world you live in, but I'm not gonna be responding in a good mood, obviously. So like it's self-evident. For now, that's all. I've been yapping for long enough. For slow, for slow people, for, quick thinkers too. I've been trying to speak kinda slowly, but it's just that I don't really have to say anything about this, because it's just so fucking horrid. These fucking autistic. I'm trying to keep it family friendly, but it's not gonna work out, So y'all, if you want good, if you wanna have a good life, if you wanna have, you know, peaceful days, not just weekdays but weekends and shit, just ignore these people. I'm gonna be posting out the screenshots of these people about GG Lenny, about this absolutely retarded dumbass Tido Senpai, about Agent Sanatan, whatever the fuck his name is, whatever, however I pronounce that shit, you know. And yeah, I hope y'all gonna stop answering and stop talking and just making new posts and making new comments, because I don't have the affinity to do this for the end of the time, you know. So yeah, I'm just gonna quit right now and see y'all in the next video. And yeah, keep avoiding these guys, because not just them, but there are a lot of people like this in this community. So yeah.